As a professional marathon runner and someone who has laid out their very big goals to make it to the next Olympics in LA 2028, having a decent morning routine kinda nailed, pretty important. I feel embarrassed, even watching the countless viral, crazy, unrealistic morning routine videos on TikTok and YouTube. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to be awake before 8 AM. And whilst I'm willing to say that some of these scientifically proven or most successful person morning routines are maybe just a little bit BS, I do feel like there's a happy place somewhere in between what I currently have and plunging one's face into a bowl of iced lemon water at 5 AM.
Stop it. Get some help.
You're joining me for a week that is going to kickstart my new morning routine, adding in a new element every day that I'm going to be habit stacking from the most popular morning routines and doing it with the help of a friendly face. No, sorry babe, not you.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
It's Zanna. It's me. Zanna is my friend who has got her shit together. She's the type of person who organises her clothes by the days of the week. Pretty much. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm kind of selecting based on what's not on the floor. So tell me, Zanna, what are your secrets?
I mean, I have one key secret, and that is I truly believe that a good, solid morning routine starts the night before. So you need to be planning out your schedule for the next day the night before, so that when you wake up, you can go straight into it. No time wasting, Phily.
I feel like I've heard that before. So I'm planning out the morning.
Planning out the morning. Well, you're planning out the whole day, really. So what you want to put in is anything that has a set time.
Monday.
For example, the appointment.
Yes, we'll work backwards.
Yes, that's what I do. I always work backwards from what has a time in the diary.
Okay, 12:30, dress appointment.
So we want to leave at 10:15.
10:15, depart house.
Yes. And we'll do some filming on the way. So then what time do you need to be finishing with your run?
45 minutes to shower, 9:30, get ready.
Yeah. So what time do you need to run?
8, I'll say 8-ish.
And then it gives you time.
8:15.
Yeah.
8-ish, maybe I'll put 8:15 latest.
Latest.
So then I've got to get up at like 7.
You want to eat brekkie before?
Yeah, maybe 6:45.
I think, yeah.
6:45.
Wake up.
Awake. Cool, well that's my morning.
Oh, that's so easy.
I just got to get up.
Yeah. It's really not that hard.
Yeah. You got this. I'm putting a lot of trust in my good friend Zanna here. Firstly, because I know she is the queen of a productive morning, but secondly, I think there's something in this. I've seen it a lot in these picture perfect morning routine videos. These people are planning their days the night before so that when you wake up, you're on autopilot. It makes sense. I just have never been able to put it in place until now. And to be honest, it felt pretty good. Following that plan that I'd written out for that evening, getting to bed on time, getting ready, getting all my ducks in a row, and knowing that I had the plan in place for the morning, and getting enough sleep to hopefully execute and make it happen. I think the difficulty is gonna come in when I'm in day 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of this week. Changing one thing doesn't seem too bad. 7 things all at once, stacked on top of each other, that's a lot. And without spoiling it for you, the one that I added in on Saturday, I hated. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's Sunday night, I'm prepping for Monday morning, and I'm gonna be a productive queen. Let's see whether I can stick to a plan. So Monday morning kicked off at 6:30, guys. I know I'd written down 6:45, but Zanna convinced me to add an extra 15 minutes of wiggle room in because she knows me very well, and sometimes you just need that leeway. So I was up, out of bed, and straight downstairs because those of you that have been around for a while will know that I wake up hungry. So it was tea and porridge straight down the hatch, which Zanna made for me. I was being absolutely spoiled staying at her house for this weekend. And Zanna really kept me accountable this morning. She told me to check back in with my list, remind myself of those timings so that I can try as hard as possible to stick to them. I can tend to go time blind a lot of the time. Pretty sure I can blame that on my ADHD, but I'm not gonna let it define me. I can stick to a schedule. And pretty much, that's what I did. I started getting ready for my run, did my activations, was on time getting out the door. And after going for a lovely easy run, I was doing 10 miles on this Monday morning in the glorious British summer weather. I got home at 9:29. Oh, let me just refer to the schedule one moment. 9:30, back from run and in the shower. 9:29, guys. She's killing it. Yes, it may have required this 30-year-old woman to be mothered into writing a plan and sticking to it, but it's not about judging how I got there, okay? It's celebrating that it happened. So far, I'm a big fan of this element. Planning your morning the night before makes a lot of sense, and I have a feeling it could save me a lot of future stress. All right, so it is 10 past 10, and I'm ready.
5 minutes ahead of schedule.
5 minutes in.
How does that feel?
5 minutes early. It feels alien.
Welcome to my world.
It works. Who knew? So we've got through day one. Monday has been bossed, but the evening is here, so it's time to maintain that habit of planning my morning the night before, which includes planning for the next habit that I'm stacking. Tuesday meant the arrival of the next layer of my morning routine test, morning sunlight within the first 30 minutes of your day. Oh, and as she says that, the sun breaks through the clouds. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have high hopes for this one, living in the northwest of England, because it's often raining, even in July at this time in the morning. But getting morning sun exposure is supposedly an absolute game changer for your health. It's blinding me. There's research to suggest that morning sunlight exposure can boost your energy levels, improve your sleep at night, and improve your overall health. Your circadian rhythm, which is your body's internal 24-hour clock, is modulated by biological processes, but these interact with external cues. And the strongest cue for that is light exposure. In the days before the alarm clock, we woke when the sun rose and we went to sleep when it went down. And whilst we have alarm clocks now, some people work night shifts, we can kind of decide what our circadian rhythm is. Your body is still hardwired to be most sensitive to these light cues first thing in the morning and last thing in the evening. So by leveraging these light cues, getting light exposure first thing in the morning and not getting light exposure in the last couple of hours before the night, you can regulate and improve your circadian rhythm and improve your quality of sleep. And I do feel more awake, having gotten some fresh air, sat outside with the bright-ish sun breaking through the clouds. And that might just be because this light is suppressing my melatonin and increasing my cortisol. And if you've heard that and felt alarmed because cortisol is the stress hormone, it is, but it's also essential for feeling alert in the morning, whilst melatonin is obviously responsible for feeling sleepy when we need to go to bed. So this morning sun exposure is going to stay for the rest of this week alongside yesterday's element, which was planning the morning routine the night before. And I'm going to be interested to see how this element improves my sleep, as well as hopefully improving my day. Because not only am I setting up my morning well, but I might actually be improving my mood and lowering my stress. Because the interesting part is this morning spike in cortisol can actually help lower stress throughout the rest of the day and improve your mood. I'm in. That sounds good. I do have questions though. In the winter, in the northeast of England, intrigued as to how sustainable this is. Based on the density of clouds outside right now, in the middle of July, I'm not sure I'm going to commit to this one long term. But I will say, I think I noticed an improvement in my mood. Could be placebo, it could be the sunlight. Either way, nothing to complain about here. Wednesday arrives. Plan my morning on Tuesday evening, get outside in the sunlight, I'm eating my breakfast. This is where probably the hardest element enters the chat. Saturdays was horrible. No, I think this one's the toughest. No phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. I don't know about you, but I feel like my phone is an extension of my body these days, which is a scary thing to admit, but it's true. It's like a third arm. It's been attached to me most of the time. And whilst I think this one's difficult because it is so habitual, we go on our phones so much, and the screen time data, and I can't remember exactly what it's called, but that metric of how many times you open your phone every day, pretty harrowing stuff. I'd love to be able to see that come down, because I don't think any of us want to get to the ends of our lives and think, oh, I wish I spent more time on my phone. No, we want to be in the present more. And I do think that a lot of the stuff that we're doing on our phones doesn't bring with it the most positive juju sometimes. Comparison on social media, trying to be productive at every second of the day, checking your emails, responding to messages, being available, and just dragging you away from the present. I love this thing, but I think we need some distance sometimes. I put my phone on to Do Not Disturb the night before, and Daniel was in charge of the phones in the morning. He put them both in his pocket. We did this one together. And what was really nice was not getting dragged off schedule. If I say to myself, oh, I'm gonna leave my run at 8:45, having my phone in my hand and the things it can drag me into, 9 times out of 10, that's what means I'm running at 10:30 and I've just lost that window of time. But I did feel a little bit lost. I had this 30 minutes sat outside eating my breakfast without my phone. What am I meant to do? Thankfully, that no phone time is being filled. Thursday's morning routine element enters the chat. Journaling. I used a bullet journal a few years ago. I think I did it more from a space of I want this really pretty thing that I can fill out every day. Sort of wanted to be a bit more organized. It became more of a stress because I wanted my work to look beautiful. If you've not heard of it, bullet journaling on YouTube, whole other world. But this was just plain simple journaling. So after planning my day on Wednesday evening, getting up, getting outside, not having my phone, I had something to do with that time. The idea behind this is that you are journaling some morning pages. It's meant to be a stream of consciousness that is literally whatever's in your head. It might be what you've got coming up, what you're worried about, how you're feeling, just things you're seeing. You're not meant to think about it too much. It's just get it out of your brain onto paper with a pen or pencil, whatever you want to use. So you're trying to clear your mind. It's meant to help spark creativity. And if you need a little bit of structure, you can add that in. There's a couple of different things you can do. A lot of people suggest goal setting, perhaps 3 goals for the day that you are really using to help set your intention, 3 non-negotiables, things you want to get done. I already have my plan for the day on my whiteboard, so I didn't need to do that. The other thing you can do is affirmations, writing down positive things about yourself, owning those, manifesting them, and holding some confidence on that piece of paper. And that sounds like a really good use of that half an hour. In reality, this felt so alien to me. The difference from bumbling about my day and landing on my phone, deeping my DMs, or finding myself in some dark corner of the TikTok algorithm, very different from emptying just what's in here onto a piece of paper. So on day 1, I was maybe a little bit sarcastic with my journaling. Let me read you an excerpt. It's really sunny. I have to journal today. What do I write about? It's meant to be a stream of consciousness, I think. The birds are chirping. It's warm. I did continue to write further down the page, but that's just for me to know. These are my secrets. It's just really not that interesting. But it's not meant to be. Whether you're doing it to help boost productivity or to calm you down and clear your mind, journaling is just for you. So you don't have to share it with anyone else. And it's also one that I think gets easier with practice. Imagine filming 3/4 of a video and then getting your hair cut and toned and coming back to finish the rest of it 2 days later.
Who would do that?
Surely just plan in enough time to finish filming the video without needing to have this weird break in continuity.
True, very true.
It looks cute though. Friday comes around, we are on day 5 of building my morning routine, and the 5th element that I was throwing in the mix today was reading. For the first book I will be reading this year, did I intentionally choose the book that has just come out to be based on questionable truths? No. Not intentional. Alas, here we are. Still a good book, I'm told, but treating it more of a novel rather than an accurate memoir. If you've seen the stories about the Soul Path, you'll know what I'm talking about. The good thing about this is I have things to fill my no phone time with now. Yes, I can appreciate that just sitting and existing and looking at your surroundings whilst outside in the sun and eating your breakfast can be a lovely experience, but it can also be boring. Similarly to reading last thing before you go to bed, reading first thing in the morning does the same thing kind of in reverse. By not scrolling on your phone last thing at night and reading a book instead, you're kind of slowing your mind down. It's simple, it's relaxing. In the morning, you're kind of gently waking your mind up, but with a story, and it's just reading words on pages. And I liked it. I do think if I hadn't planned the rest of my morning, a good book could have the capacity to draw me in the same way that my phone can. But with those timestamps, I've got that time in mind of I need to get ready for my run or get ready for the next thing. And I was okay with that. I could read a few pages, not complete a chapter, and put the book down, because this is just not as distracting as this. So that's good. We like reading. We are planning our morning the night before. We are getting sunlight first thing. We are not using our phone. We are journaling. We are reading. And we are having a cold shower. First thing, before breakfast, before sitting outside and doing those nice things that I've been enjoying, cold shower. Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
Cool.
That should be fine. I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't want to add this one in. And I'll be even more honest, and spoiler alert for the end of the video, this one will not be staying. I hated these. I couldn't not include it at some point in the week because these are everywhere. People are cold plunging first thing in the morning. Clearly people enjoy these. And there are purported benefits, such as increased alertness and energy. I mean, if anyone has a cold shower and doesn't feel more awake, I'm concerned. There's evidence to suggest it can improve your circulation, enhanced immune response, potential mood boost, muscle recovery, skin and hair health. What does it say at the bottom here? Important note, it's crucial to start with a warm shower and gradually lower the temperature to avoid shocking your system too much, especially when starting out. Good to know. I couldn't find a definitive amount of time for this, and the advice is to gradually ease into it and increase that time over time. So I started with 30 seconds and was very happy to be turning the water off at the end of that. And actually, the feeling you have afterwards is nice. Is it worth it? Nope. Nope. Reading my book is nice, and there's no before bit that's painful and makes me want to hyperventilate. I also feel like this one's not super sustainable for me because even if I was able to extend that to like 5 minutes, I'm then gonna be cold, and then I'm gonna want to go and run after my breakfast has gone down, and it's gonna be harder work for me to warm myself up. That's my logic, so thank you, but no. And then we've reached the end of the week. Sunday arrives and I added in another very popular morning routine element that's everywhere, and that is exercising within the first 90 minutes of waking up. So after planning my morning the night before, obviously, and then my second cold shower of the week and last cold shower for the foreseeable, I had my breakfast, I went outside, didn't have my phone on me, I journaled and I read. And then I got out the door to do my run, roughly 90 minutes after waking up. Is this one cheating a little bit because I do that every day anyway when I'm on schedule? Yeah. Technically, I've been doing this all week, but I couldn't not include it because this one, if you're not already exercising in the mornings, is the one I think I would really want to sell to you. Personally, I always eat breakfast before I run, so it is more on the 90 minutes end of things, sometimes 2 hours, especially if I get derailed and distracted with something. But when I get up and do manage to get out the door for my run, roughly within that window, I am categorically a different person for the rest of the day. I'm in a better mood, I'm so much happier, I'm more productive, the likelihood that I'm gonna get my stuff done and roughly stick to a routine or whatever I planned is much, much higher. And how I feel about myself is in just a better place. This is partly because when it does drift to late morning or in the afternoon on a bad day, I kind of have a go at myself for that, which I'm working on, but it's also a lot nicer when I just get out the door in the morning and those feelings don't have to arise. And there are so many benefits to this one. The research is strong. So the anecdotal evidence from me and how I feel is no surprise when looking at these. Exercising in the morning can significantly improve your physical and mental well-being. It can boost energy levels, enhance mood, improve your sleep, improve focus and productivity throughout the day. Who's not signing up to that? And it's free. It's not a pill. It's not something you have to pay a lot of money for. Okay, there's nuance there and you need the flexibility in your routine to be able to get out the door and exercise and run. Yes, I get that. But if you can, why wouldn't you? And when I zoom out and think about how this week has felt, what I stacked, and how each of those new habits, if you like, kind of actually worked in practice, here's what I'm gonna keep. Planning my morning the night before, game changing. Thank you, Zanna. Number 2, sometimes morning sunlight. It's gonna be weather dependent. I don't think I need to say anymore. Number 4, most of the time, not having my phone for 30 minutes. When I do that, I'm gonna be reading. To be honest, I'd rather read than journal. Perhaps when my mental health is in not such a good place, I can see the value of journaling a little bit more, but I wanna finish my book. And I wanna be realistic that sometimes I might need to go on my phone to reply to a message or get a little bit of work done. But I'm gonna be really strict with the time I'm getting ready and getting my ass out the door. And if I can do that, even 75% of the time, it'll be a great success. Cold showers, nope, they're out. So on that basis, I think this week has been a huge success. Am I like a morning routine girly? Do I have my shit together? We'll see. Come back, look for clues. Thanks for coming along. And love the grind.